Hey everybody, it's been a while, but I am back to have a conversation with you all. So I see the topic in the trans community lately is what makes a man trans attracted, and what's the difference between somebody who likes trans women and who is gay, right? So I just want to come through with my personal analysis and give my personal point of view. Now, you can take it with a grain of salt. You can listen to me. You can do whatever you want to. But these are from my 43-year-old lived experience. This is my truth, and I'm just sharing this truth with you all. There are three main types of men who likes trans women. Well, four. I'm gonna go four main types of men who likes trans women, right? You're gonna go with the least likely, but the one that gets the most publicity because it's 9 times out of 10 going to be the most open type of relationship, which is the gay man who likes trans women. Now, with this type of relationship, 9 times out of 10, that person necessarily is never going to see you as a woman. Maybe he is gay and is attracted to femininity, and because maybe you haven't had surgeries or you're just moaning, but you still have certain body parts, he can get over certain attributes about you and pursue a relationship with you. So, the very first type that we're talking about is the gay man. Yes, there are gay men who date trans women, and it's just, it is. It is. Secondly, we're going to talk about the trans attracted man. Now, the trans attracted man is a man who is either bisexual or transamorous, which means he's either dating cisgender women and dating transgender women at the same time, or exclusively dating transgender women. Now, this man is actively pursuing relationships with trans women. This man gets confused for the next two men a lot. But this man, in my opinion, should be the type of man that my sisters are going after. Men who actively like trans women. But see, my sisters want to call this man the first category, which is gay too, because he's actively going after trans women. And what makes the girls think this man is gay? He might be in the community. He might know a lot of the girls. He might have actually dated a lot of the girls. Why? Because he is actively dating within community. He is transamorous or trans attracted. He is dating within community. And what's the difference between this type and the next type? He actively knows what trans women are. He's actively pursuing those trans women, but he's actively pursuing those trans women for relationships. Yes, he's sometimes hooking up with these girls too, but he's actively looking for a relationship with a trans woman. That is what makes that guy different from the next two categories. Category number 3, you have the man who is trans fetish. What is a trans fetish? This man has a sexual desire for trans women. And his desire for trans women is based on a sexual kink only. Now, with this trans fetish man, the trans fetish man can turn trans attracted, or he could turn into the next category. Now, if I'm just being real, most people that the girls deal with, I'm sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. Most men that the girls deal with fall into this third category of trans fetish, right? Maybe he has a sexual kink for the girls. Maybe for whatever reason, titties at the top and dick at the bottom turns him on. And, he just can't get enough of the girls. A lot of the times, these trans fetish men are the married men who actively want to pursue relationship with cisgender women, but who have this deep-seated desire sexually for transgender women that he just can't stop. Sometimes can that trans fetish man turns into a trans amorous man where he takes his fetish and it turns into actual emotions, turn into actually something he wants to pursue? Yes. It's like a 30% it could go trans amorous, but 70% it could go into the last category. Now, in my opinion, the last category is, I call it trans perversion. You have a perversion to trans women. Um, you are actively sexually attracted to trans women, but you are disgusted by the fact that you are sexually attracted to trans women. You may not can stop dealing with the trans women, which is like the third category of man. But unlike the third category of man, you ain't ever gonna move to that second category of trans attractive because you are actively disgusted by what turns you on. And for this man, the trans, um, oh gosh, what's the word I just said? Oh my gosh. The trans perversion man, you think trans women are some kind of perversion. These are the type of men that would go to the church and preach to the church down that these trans bitches is going to hell and these trans bitches are really men and these trans women will always be men, but you still turn around and have sex with the girls. And you can't even explain why you can't stop having sex with the girls. And you view looking as having sex with the girls is disgusting, it's evil, it's nasty, it's sinful, you think you're going to hell, but you can't stop having sex with the girls because that's your perversion, that's your kink. And you are disgusted by it. You hate that. You hate the girls, but you are constantly, it's always on the back of your mind, and you can't stop that perversion. And you definitely don't want to pursue a relationship with the girls. You definitely are trying to pray to everybody that nobody ever finds out that you like the girls. But the gag is the girls, they seem to be mostly attracted to the last two categories. They seem to be attracted to the men who view the girls as fetishes because for some reason the girls view that as heterosexual. The girls view that as normal. And the girls definitely like the men who view trans women as a perversion. That's the DL thug trade, the ones that be calling you sissy when you was 13 in school, but then having you suck his pee pee in the bathroom in between classes. Like a lot of the reason, because a lot of the, especially that perversion, that's be them thugs. That be them DLs. That be the men that be married to you, the cisgender women. That be the men that be lying to the cisgender women talking about something he didn't know. He knew, he just have a perversion to trans women. I'm not gonna call it an attraction to trans women. No, he has a perversion to trans women, and he has this perverted misconception. We will never be human beings to him. We will never be nothing more than somebody to help him catch a nut. I hope that explains, I hope this, my opinion, helps a lot of people understand what are the difference between these four subcategories of men who generally date trans women. We're going to break it down in these last 30 seconds. We have the gay men, we have the trans attracted men, we have the trans fetish men. Those trans fetish men can turn trans attracted, but 7 times out of 10, they're going to turn into the men with the trans perversion who secretly hates the trans women. I hope that helps.